Businesswoman, writer, politician, and activist Stacey Abrams was born in 1973 in Madison, Wisconsin. Her family then moved to Mississippi and later Atlanta, Georgia, where her parents worked as Methodist ministers. In 1995, Abrams graduated from the all-women's HBCU Spelman College, and she later earned a professional degree in law from Yale Law School. Abrams has had a successful business career. Most notably, she co-founded Now, a business that has provided hundreds of millions of dollars in funding to small businesses. Additionally, Abrams is an award-winning author of 8 romantic suspense novels under the pen name Selena Montgomery. However, Abrams is most recognized for her standout political career and large-scale political activism. In 2006, Abrams ran and won election for Georgia's House of Representatives and eventually became the House Minority Leader from 2011 to 2017. In this position, she reformed Georgia's college scholarship programs, stopped tax increases, worked on criminal justice reform, and passed public transportation funding packages. In 2018, Abrams ran for governor of Georgia and won the Democratic nomination, making her the first Black woman in the U.S. to be a major party's nominee for governor. During the election process, both Bernie Sanders and Barack Obama endorsed her. As her opponent, Brian Kemp was Georgia's Secretary of State at the time. He was in charge of elections and voter registration. He canceled over 1.4 million voter registrations, the majority of which were African American, including purging 8% of registered voters on a single night. Abrams lost the election by 50,000 votes. While Kemp's efforts at voter suppression were disgraceful, they are only indicative of larger systems of voter suppression in America. Black people have systematically been denied the right to vote in the form of poll taxes and literacy tests in the early 1900s, and felony disenfranchisement, purging of registered voter rolls, and limited access to mail-in voting, which all have disproportionate impacts on voters of color, in the 2000s. Fueled by this injustice, Abrams launched Fair Fight, a nonprofit organization to address voter suppression. With Fair Fight, Abrams funded and trained voter protection teams in 20 battleground states prior to the 2020 election. It inspired an estimated 800,000 new voter registrations among Black, Latinx, and Asian American voters. While Georgia has not elected a Democratic presidential candidate in 3 decades, Biden crucially won the state, and Democrats successfully flipped both Senate seats from incumbent Republicans. Abrams' energizing of voters of color and work with grassroots activists have been acknowledged as most responsible for Georgia's current Democratic status. Abrams reminds us of the importance of using injustice and setbacks to fuel productive activism.